Hey there! I wanted to talk to you today about Mars turning retrograde. Mars is going retrograde September 9th through November 13th in the sign of Aries, which he rules. So Mars will be in the sign of Aries for over 6 months, from June 27th through January 5th, 2021. Then he'll move into Taurus. Now, Mars retrogrades for 2 months every 2 years. Mars is so important for all of us because he is the planet of action, energy, desire, initiative, and assertiveness. Mars fuels whatever he touches. Mars is important for us to have a healthy ego because he represents the individual. He represents men, but he also represents women because we are both energies. Women are feminine on the outside, masculine on the inside. Men are masculine on the outside and feminine on the inside. This is Jungian psychology. It's the yin and the yang. It's the anima and animus. So we all have male energy. And Mars represents that male energy, that assertiveness, that drive. And without drive in life, you don't get anything done. So he's very important to all of us because he also represents our personal power, our individual power. Now, Mars is important to having a healthy ego, not the competitive ego. So we want to make sure during this retrograde cycle that we're not slipping into the lower vibration of Mars retrograde, which is being competitive rather than focusing on competing with ourselves and being better today than we were yesterday, or getting better at whatever we're doing. So Mars represents your physical energy. Now, while he's retrograde, it's important to find outlets for your energy to avoid arguments and conflicts with others, which can result from pent-up energy inside of you. Energy cannot be destroyed, only transformed. That's Einstein. So even though he's retrograde, energy can be building inside of us. So we want to be directing it outward into positive activities, working out, focusing on a project, and doing endeavors that allow for the energy to be productive and not just build up inside of us. Because if it builds up inside of us too much, it can cause accidents, or it can come out in arguments at times where we may not have seen that even coming, like, whoa, I didn't realize I was so frustrated. And then we have to, I apologize kind of situation. So we want to be aware of the energy that we're carrying, how we're feeling, if we're feeling a bit frustrated, blocked, and how we can best manage that. Now, with Mars in Aries, he is crossing over the Capricorn stellium, the Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn in Capricorn. Now, we've already experienced Mars, Saturn being challenged because Aries squares challenges Capricorn. And that happened on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, the 24th, the 25th, and the 26th. That energy was most intense. And we saw outbursts of violence here with protesters, people protesting, and then people coming in, or one young man coming in with a gun, shooting people. This is an inappropriate use of the energy of Mars. Mars rules soldiers. Mars rules weapons. Mars rules guns. When it is in conflict with Saturn, like it was these past few days, and it's good that it's behind us now, it is where it is an abuse of power. It's an abuse because people are misusing their own personal power and attacking innocent people that have the right to protest, which is a healthy use of people's individual personal power. So this is going to be a challenging time, and the next pass with Saturn squaring Mars will be September 29th. So watch around those dates for any frustration that's building up, or anger and violence that can be going on personally in your life, or if you are out in the streets protesting, make sure you're safe and taking good care of yourself so that you can stay out of the way of, people that may not be very mentally balanced or grounded and are misusing their own individual personal power. Now, it is appropriate, I think, that with this energy, with Mars representing our personal power, and Mars being both the god of war and agriculture, as the god of agriculture, Mars guides the sprouting of seedlings in springtime. As a warrior, he fights only if it truly secures peace. So it's not just about, hey, I've got guns, let's go shoot some people. It really is about, okay, I'm protecting my family, I'm protecting my country, and it's for self-defense. So this is important, because Mars, the warrior, channels virility. Mars, the agronomist, channels fertility. With Mars challenging Pluto, which can be, destructive behavior, and Saturn representing institutional power or governmental power, it's appropriate for people to speak truth to power and peacefully protest what they disagree with in their country. That's appropriate for people to assert their individual power, their personal power, Mars, in a productive way. And that is absolutely appropriate. So we want to be coming from the higher vibration of Mars, which is focusing on your own personal power, focusing on your own self-worth. So doing the work inside and working on how we can take care of ourselves so that we are feeling confident, feeling our sense of worth, feeling and owning our power, and not slipping into the lower vibrational emotions of anger, arrogance, aggravation, and argumentation, and violence. So we want to come from a higher positioning, because Mars in the sign of Aries is the sign of the leader. And there are many kinds of leaders. The Aries leader stands alone. He's stubborn, he's independent, and he's hot-headed. But that's okay, because if we're directing that energy in our lives correctly, then we can still get a lot done, be efficient, effective, and productive. So during this retrograde cycle, we will have helpful insights into the use of our own ambition, our drive in life, and do we react impulsively? That's something we want to, check out. Hey, am I too impulsive? Or do we react too subjectively? In other words, if we're so subjective, we're not seeing the bigger picture, and we're not seeing, hey, there's two sides to every story. Hey, let's get all the facts before we take action. Let's learn about what it is we need to do instead of just reacting or overreacting from a place of emotion. Now, with Mars retrograde, he's still active in nature because we're talking Mars, energy, passion, desire. Now, we are to move through our lessons over these next couple of months, these next 8 weeks. It's really important. And there is help for us, which I love because Jupiter is moving direct just a few days later. 3 days later, Jupiter turns direct on the 12th of September. Yay! Hallelujah! This is good news! I love when there's good news in the year 2020. And on the day that Mars retrogrades, on the 9th, the Sun in Virgo kind of saves us because the Sun is trining, is in harmonious energy flow with Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto. This is good news. So normally with a Mars retrograde closely square to Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn, we'd be like, whoa, this is, intense. But with Jupiter direct and the Sun trine, this is like a break in the middle of the mayhem. And that's good news. So the way out is through the Sun. And the Sun is the heart and the soul in astrology. The way out is through Jupiter and focusing on what opportunities are in front of us right now. So with the Mars retrograde in Aries, it's a favorable time for travel, education, labor, focusing on your work, and dealing with people from other countries and nationalities. There is an atmosphere of goodwill and desire to help, even serve one another. And isn't that the Aquarian energy of moving to a higher vibration and frequency of, hey, and just instead of just focusing on myself, why not think about what's for my highest good and for the highest good of all concerned? How can what I do not only help me, but help everyone else? Empower me and also empowering others. So that is really important here. And having Jupiter move forward, and he's going to keep going forward, and he's going to march right into Aquarius. And that's really good news. And Saturn will join him, and they're going to march into Aquarius together. And this is very significant. This is just a few months away. It's going to be on solstice in December. Jupiter and Saturn couple together in Aquarius at 0 degrees and march together into Aquarius, bringing in the age of Aquarius, which is a different shift in the energy from this status quo, and why so many people feel the need to protest Black Lives Matter and so on, because of the abuse of systemic power in our institutions and government. And Mars representing the police is this need for reform and education with, here in the States, our own police forces. Majority of police are very good people. However, when you watch these videos, you see, man, there's a lack of training here. And so we need to educate and train our beloved police force so that they're here to serve and protect every American. And we will see more of this as we move into the age of Aquarius, which is dawning, starting in December and 2021 moving forward. So as dark as times can feel at times, there is the light, because we can't fix what we don't acknowledge. And so it's like this darkness needs to come out so that we can all heal together, because we are all in this together. It's not about just, hey, I'm going to race to the top of the mountain and now I'm here and I get what I need. No, it's about everybody going to the top. And as one goes, we pull each other up, and then we all rise up together. But it is an auspicious time for initiating and the planning stage of an important project, or going back and reworking a project or endeavor, finally finishing matters of the past. So think about, what is it that you need to finish? Do you clearly see the underlying issues in a situation? Mars retrograde is going to give you an opportunity to think about that. And the truth is, sometimes we need to fight for what we believe in. And we can do that through the power of the pen, through the power of the spoken word, through prayer, through positive action, through positive protest, through peaceful protesting. It is an excellent time to study and to take a course. And of course, I am offering the YouTube Insiders course here, and I think we're going to have an incredible course because so many people are signing up, and I'm really excited about that. And if you are ready to put yourself out there online and grow an online business, I can help you with that. And come check out my free webinar, because you may find that it's just the right thing that you need at this time. And it's a perfect time to be studying, because the energy has to go somewhere. And then you can launch your online business, your YouTube channel in November, December, January, and so on. And that's what it's all about. So there is this favorable time here in September, and that is from September 6th through the 18th. And that is because we have the Sun in Virgo, Jupiter direct, and we're going to have, and I'll be back to talk to you about that, the fabulous Virgo New Moon happening on the 17th and the 18th, and it is going to be in harmonious energy flow. This beautiful new moon in Virgo is in harmonious energy flow with Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn. That's new beginnings that can really compel you forward and empower you to go to the next level in your work, in your education, in your projects, in your endeavors, and feel really accomplished in what you're doing. And remember, squares are calls to action. They're turning points. And they're an opportunity for you to look at where you're giving your power away. Because Mars represents your personal power, your individual needs, your individual healthy ego and drive in life. And we want to nourish that power and ego, because without it, we can't get anything done. So take good care of yourself. Focus on what you can do, and be the calm in the storm. Be the calm in the environment. And this way we can hold the balance for those who are not, or hold the space for those who are not able to control their emotions. There is opportunity here, and we are getting that breather. Even though Mars is turning retrograde at the same time, the Sun in Virgo is in positive energy flow with Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn. And Jupiter is moving forward, and that is good news.